Welcome everyone to Paul Hollywood's favourite baking podcast, the Onlyfanz Football Podcast. Yes, you heard that right. Welcome everyone to the Bake Off special. The lads chat about chicken fillet rolls, sticky toffee puddings and Twixes. They discuss the mini renaissance of Stephen Kenny's Republic of Ireland side. The lads discuss their cake of the week and pick their ultimate current Champions League 11. We hope you enjoy the podcast wherever you're listening, and be sure to follow our Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Twitter and TikTok. Take it easy.
My spidey senses tell me this is gonna get fucking tasty, baby.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There's a slice of cheese, vinegar, it's topless.
I have a dream.
Annie cut.
Battler.
The fella in the green and white shirt.
The guys up in the joy have asked to be put back in their cells.
If you stop waffling, we might get some work done.
He has the goop, lad. He has the goop, lad.
Get out! Get out, Man United!
Origi! Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Shane Long has done it!
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
Is he a fucking spice?
My grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I think I'm a special one.
I'm the normal one.
I never knew Stoke were that good.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Bake Off special.
The Bake Off special.
Adzi.
Today we're going to be discussing the Great British Bake Off, but we're just going to call it Bake Off. We said ages ago we were going to do it, and I'll be honest with you, Can. When you floated the idea by me, I was like, I don't really want to fucking do this. I happened to watch Stumble Across one last week, which happened to be the quarter final. I ended up binge watching them all ever since because it was actually really good.
It is great,
I really
isn't
enjoyed it. Yeah, I used to watch it years ago. I remember watching it a couple of times with my dad, and he liked it. But the only thing, we'll discuss it further when we get on. But yeah, so we thought the international football was going to be shy. We didn't anticipate it being as good as what it was, so we had planned to talk about Bake Off. So you're getting a bit of everything today, really.
Yeah, so in today's show we're going to be talking about Bake Off, and we're going to be talking about Ireland's, I'd say, a great international break for Ireland,
given the circumstances.
and then we're going to do the Hall of Fame and also our Champions League
Ultimate 11. Because when we done the Premier League one, it was people actually enjoyed it because we got a lot of text saying, "Oh, I'd do this and I'd have put that in."
Yeah.
And one of the funny things about it was yourself had two Man United players in it, which neither of us noticed. And we both listened to the podcast back, and I had to put the Instagram post up. And even putting the post up, I didn't notice you had Shaw and Ronaldo. So yeah, it went down well. So we're doing the Champions League version of it this week because I actually do love Champions League.
Champions League is great.
Genuinely. It's my favourite.
I hate the group stages though.
No, I love it, man.
There's something about the group stages I don't like.
I love it all. Cran, how was your week? The jingle just plays.
Honestly, my week was fairly quiet this week. I'm going to be honest.
For a change.
Usually it's not, but
you were busy in college.
Saturday was a bit eventful. I know your Saturday was eventful as well. It was my sister's 30th birthday party.
Shout out to Cran's sister.
Shout out to my sister Orla.
Give her
if you're listening. She won't be listening. Like, she really won't be.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be like me going shout out to Adzi's sister, and I just don't have a sister at all.
Shout out to I don't know, Jesus Christ if you listen. It's like the chances of her listening are very slim, but shout out anyway. But yeah, yesterday I was in the Barbers at Grange Gorman. Didn't tell the lads I was going. Went with a few other mates from Cadbury.
Yeah, I think Dave and Rory in particular weren't happy.
Yeah, Barbers on the sly isn't something you do. But I went anyway.
Did you get the
new
scampi
local
again? Was it scampi you got last time?
The kitchen wasn't open because it was a Monday, and it was very quiet and weird. Because
was it eerie?
Yeah, I didn't like it. But yeah, how was your week anyway? My week wasn't great.
My week, man, was the same as usual. It was just busy.
Busy.
And then Saturday was great crack, I would say. I was at the Ireland match on Thursday. Oh, Jesus! Sorry, that was a rig. We have the Wales and Belgium match on here.
For fuck's sake, every week.
We have the Wales and Belgium match on here, and Divock Origi, who many people may know is my favourite footballer of all time. Nearly scored from, I'd say that's nearly 30 yards out.
That's an understatement.
Belgium have a shit team out, so that's why they needed star power and Origi up front. But, but yeah, so I was at the Ireland match on Thursday, and we'll get into it now in a minute about Ireland. We went down on Saturday, the lads, and it was the first time in a while we all get together, and whenever we're together, it's the best time. You know what I mean? I love the boys. I know a lot of them listen. So shout out to the lads, Killo, Shay, Ian and all. We went to Darky Kelly's of Fishamble Street. What a name, by the way, Fishamble. It's beside Christchurch.
I'm sure that they call it Shamble Street after 3 in the morning when everyone comes out the nightclubs.
Full of tourists watching the rugger. Come on, Ireland! Come on, Torquin! The breath. So yeah,
Johnny Sexton.
And he was really bad on Saturday actually, but I don't really care too much for rugby. And man, the Guinness was fucking flowing. The Guinness was lovely as well, by the way.
It did look lovely. Shout
out to Scavo. He actually wanted a shout out, which I think is gas. It's like, oh, give a shout out on the podcast. I love the show. And they're like, give us a free point. Obviously, I'm not a moocher. I'm not, what's your man's name? Dirty Michael. Hey, it's been a while since we talked about Dirty Michael. I'm not a moocher, so we didn't get a free point.
No, you have to drag it out a bit longer with Dirty Michael. You know, once it comes up, you have to keep going.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll be mentioned again. Our top 10 Dirty Michael moments. Don't put that into the get out.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
That is especially when there's one moment. You know what I mean? He has resurfaced recently. He's still dirty and he's still Michael. But anyways, we were at Darky Kelly's, Scavo, Sorens with a few points. We had baby Guinness, delicious. I was thinking about this the other day. We went to Bow Lane, and anyways, and it was, guess how much it was into this nightclub on Camden Street, I want to say
25 quid.
25 fucking euros in. I'm not even messing.
Wow.
And I didn't say it to you that it genuinely was 25 euro in, and it was actually alright now. It was and so we were all gargled, like, you know what I mean. Poor El Brady was gone, Pidge left early, Shay was gone. It was left with me, Ian, Tom, Kane and Killo. And I was gargled. I was like, lads, I'm going. I can't be here any much longer. I'll pass out or whatever. So I went down Camden Street, and I ended up in the centre at the end of, I think it's like where the George and that Spar is, whatever, that famous Spar. I was in the centre across the road from me. I walked in, right, and I was only going in to get a bottle of water, right, and I looked at the wall, and there was a deli. The deli was open. This is at 2:30 in the morning. So I was like, fuck that, I'm getting a chicken fillet roll. If the deli's open, I'm getting a roll. So went over to the deli, and there was people like, I don't know if they were like guards or something, but like getting ready to go to work. And I'm coming in like a drunken mess. Like, I'd say my fly could have been open, the top of my polo could have been, like, I was a mess, like. And so I said to your man asked me, was I drinking? I was like, do I look like I was drinking? And he was like, well, yeah. I was like, I'm on the drink since about 4:30, man. I'm wrecked, like. He was like, so what you want? I was like, can I get a chicken fillet roll with great cheese and butter? And he said to me, and now this is actually quite funny, respect him for this. He says, would you like anything else? And I didn't mean this in a smart way or anything. It was just literally the way it came out. And I went, come here, mate, have you got any fucking wedges? And he goes, no, but we have wedges. So he's like, no, we have no fucking wedges, but we have wedges. So he's like getting cheek with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, my back was curled over laughing. I was in bits laughing at that. And he was kind of getting a bit awkward. He was like, right, go on, will you get lost? So I went home, and anyways, and I don't remember eating the roll. I remember getting into the house. Like, I actually remember going to bed, but I don't remember eating the roll. So I woke up the next morning with a chicken fillet roll wrapper in the bed with me. But no chicken fillet roll. Obviously I ate the chicken fillet roll, but the wrapper was just in the bed. And I'm a bit like, do you ever see people like that take a picture of the Chinese and they're eating on the bed? That's disgusting. I'd never eat in my bed, like, it's weird, like. And obviously I ate the chicken fillet on my bed. But that was my week. We started with Ireland, Portugal even.
Ireland, Portugal, yeah. Sorry. Ireland, Portugal.
What did you think?
I thought it was a very good performance. I was in the back page of Fizbro watching this game, I was shouting at the telly. I was really shouting for that disallowed goal. I was fuming, and I almost broke the chair in the back page, jumping up like. And it was all for nothing in the end because your man, what was his name, Ryan Keane or whatever whoever, some Connor Salmon lookalike came on.
Oh, Will Keane.
Will Keane, yeah.
He was like he looked like God actually. To be honest with that, be dead serious.
You were at the game. What did you think?
I think the Aviva's full of muppets. To be honest.
Event junkies. Event junkies.
Oh man, the amount of people I've seen wearing United jerseys and United scarves.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Ronaldo and all that. And I seen Rory's stories posted on Twitter or something like, only in Ireland would you get people paying mad money to see Ronaldo, and then boom. It's like, mate, I did not pay to see Ronaldo. I paid to watch Ireland play Portugal.
It's your own country.
So yeah, that's what I think about the Aviva. But whatever about the game, the referee was fucking dire.
Oh, he was awful.
Oh my god, he was so bad. It felt like there was a string of 4 or 5 fouls that he could have given to us and he didn't. And it felt like every 50-50 he was given to Portugal. Now to be fair, in the second half I thought that kind of changed, and I actually thought in the second half he reffed the game quite well. Apart from the goal, which is another example of goalkeepers being protected too much. Like if that goal is disallowed, then
there was nothing in that.
Then Alisson's goal against, or Ben Rama's goal against Liverpool shouldn't have stood because the foul on Alisson. If that's a foul.
Yeah. If
the foul on Patricio's a foul, then it's a foul on Alisson is what I'm saying. But we played well.
I think we played very well.
I thought we were much the better team.
I agree with you. Now, I think Portugal are poorly managed, and that's their problem. But I thought Kenny set the team up well, and we, in possession, we looked very good. We looked like it looked like everyone knew their position on the pitch.
Yeah,
and that's always a good sign. Like in the press, people pressing together, hungry to win the ball back, winning the ball back successfully,
using the ball well. I thought.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't
all positive.
There wasn't many. I didn't find there was many misplaced passes, and like when Portugal went down to 10, you're kind of thinking, right, we'll push on. And the thing we lack, and we talked about it last time we talked about, or the first time we talked about Ireland, what we lack is that cutting edge kind of killer pass
quality. Now,
to be fair, against Luxembourg it was different. Like Hendrick was great against Luxembourg, and Knight came on. So you're kind of saying, well, why did McGrath do it that night, or why didn't Knight come on with the last time it's goal? But the subs had been made, so it's kind of a bit of a mad one. But I thought we were great, to be honest with you. I defensively we didn't really put a foot wrong. I can't remember Ronaldo having too many opportunities, or anyone for that matter. But I actually thought we managed the game really well, which is strange for Ireland. Apart from the last 10 minutes when we could have gone on to win it.
I'm delighted. With that performance.
It feels like something that's been built upon. Like it feels like this is the culmination of a lot of hard work. And look, Kenny's took a lot of criticism. He's took criticism from us as well, which, you know what I mean, it's part of the game. We're not Liam Brady, who gives criticism for no reason. Anyways, but yeah, look, we were great on Thursday, and I thought the performance on Sunday just proved how well we've kind of come on under Kenny.
Can we move on to the game that's freshest in our heads?
Yeah, go for it.
Freshest in mine, anyway. Ireland 3, Luxembourg 0. Of course, we love a win, you know, and we did win against Luxembourg. And it was nice. It was nice.
The ghost of Luxembourg 1, Ireland 0, the Aviva are gone after that performance on Sunday. You know,
it was good. Bazunu saving the first half, unbelievable. And I echo what everyone's saying about him having world-class potential. Obviously he's very young still, but I thought it was a very good save, and he does look like he has a very bright future.
Yeah,
he's an unbelievable keeper.
Yeah, I mean, people were harping on about Ramsdale's save, weren't they, against Leicester? That Bazunu save is much better.
Deflection,
deflected everything, and it's as if, it's as if he hangs in the air. He just floats in the air.
He's a cat.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's a very good keeper.
He's a cat.
It's a bit annoying though, isn't it? Like recent years, our two best players were two right backs with Coleman and Doherty, and now you could argue that our two best players, like one with Man City, one with Liverpool, are both keepers. It's kind of frustrating, but
yeah,
it is what it is. Keller is a good goalie as well, but Bazunu was just playing out of his skin at the minute. And to be fair, I think that can be said. Oh jeez, what an awful goal to concede. It's Kiefer Moore, 1-1.
Dan James as well got
Dan James. Why are you giving them time? It's 1-1, Wales, Belgium, 1-1, Kiefer Moore with the goal, awful goal, really, to be honest. But yeah, I think everyone for Ireland's playing out of their skin, to be honest, at the minute. Yeah. I think McLean even, like, we give him a good bit, especially when we're in Aviva for the Serbia game. Or was it the Serbia game? Was it Serbia or Georgia or something like that? Azerbaijan. We gave McLean a good bit of abuse because he
deserved it.
He was brutal, like. Yeah. Now, nothing personal, just saying he was shite, like, but played very well against Luxembourg, very, very good. And that's the McLean, I think, like, he's always had, he has got talent and he has passion. And sometimes he just doesn't show it. I don't know why, but his quality doesn't shine through sometimes. He's in a good moment with Wigan at the minute, he's playing well. So look, I'm delighted for James. Another player who gets a lot of abuse. You're me. Jeffrick.
Who?
Jeff.
Who?
Hendrick.
Jeff Fiesta. Who? What? Jeff Fiesta. Man, what a player.
I wouldn't say that now, but...
No, but I honestly think, like, he's another player, as you said with McLean, he had a lot of potential in his youth. And obviously, throughout the years, he's been playing under bad, non-footballing managers. Deutsch ball. Giovanni.
Brucey ball.
I don't know.
Martin
O'Neill. Roy Keane telling people to hack everyone. Yeah. Like, this fella, he's very good on the ball, and he showed it yesterday with that unbelievable pass to Knight. You know what I mean? That's what he can do.
Yeah, and I just think sometimes when a player like him, like if the run's not on and like if the ball's not on, well, he's not going to play. So to be fair to Knight got himself in the position to receive the ball, and that's why Hendrick played it. So like he has a pass in him, like he has got talent.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to hype him up to be anything special, but he was very good the other night, and I do think he deserved. He was good in the last international break as well. And what I will say about the group of lads, actually, real quick, they all seem to enjoy being with each other. And I think previous camps were even Mick, when Mick was in for a while, and maybe he was a bit hard done getting out of the job.
I didn't think it was that bad, but, you know, it seems a lot better now.
It seems like they enjoy being with each other. And something that can be said for the English, when obviously they just pitch through the group because they get farmers and students or whatever.
San Marinos.
Yeah, but the teams together, to be fair to the English, like the team look like they all want to play for each other. And but what I'll say about Ireland now is I feel like we're like that. And like you look at Ogbene, Ida up front, McGrath playing, like this is good stuff. You know what I mean? They look like they want to play. They're all young. They have good potential. And look, we weren't in this position a long time ago.
I want credit to the manager as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stephen Kenny, because he did have a tough start, and we were at the Azerbaijan game, and it was a grim affair. But to be fair to him, he has bounced back well from that, and the likes of Luxembourg at home.
Seemingly, we've only lost one game in the last 9. A lot of draws in there, albeit, but like I have a cheeky stat here for you. Right? Ireland have 20 goals in the last 12 matches in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's more goals than they scored in 27 games from 2018 to 2020. So that tells you the difference that Ireland are making. That under Kenny, you know what I mean?
Playing football,
getting goals. So look at it. I just hope we keep continuing on.
I wouldn't get carried away either.
Oh, not at all. No, not at all. I think the Nations League is next. The acclaimed. I love the Nations League. Is next, and the potential group is like Finland and Iceland and Montenegro. Now, they're not great teams.
No.
If we play like against them like we did against Portugal, you could be looking at 3 wins at home and anyways. Whatever about away, I don't know. So you just have to have some confidence going into the next break. The only problem for them now is they're not with each other again till March.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen. But look at positive kind of vibes now at the minute for Kenny. Let's just hope. And actually, one of the lads in college, Dave, and we talked to him before on the podcast, Dave Mullery. He was staunch Kenny out, and he's been texting me. He texts the podcast count quite regularly and says, "Look, at Kenny's doing well now. You have to respect it. Hope the FAI don't do something stupid and sack him."
Yeah.
I don't think it will happen. Yeah, good couple of days for Ireland.
And we'll never see them again till March. It's that time of the podcast. I've got my sticky toffee muffin.
I have my sticky toffee
You've got your sticky toffee muffin. We give it a quick review.
We're going to give it a little...
Paul and Prue style.
Paul? Yeah, but can I be Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not soggy. It's a bit firm. Just before I bite into it, it looks nice now.
Good presentation.
Oh, the little cremon glaze on top is lovely.
I could eat buckets full of that, Paul.
That's a nice muffin. That's the nicest muffin I've had this week. And I've only had one.
Adzi, that muffin is gorgeous.
Holy shit, it's gooey in the middle. Hold on. I didn't know that.
You've done a terrific job here, Adzi.
Oh my god. That is actually delicious.
I think that wins Sarah Baker.
Yeah, Marks and Spencer's Master Baker of the week. Oh my god! Oh, Torgan Hazard's nearly have to score on the screamer there. Sorry, Cram. Sorry, Bake Off enthusiasts. So, Cram, the Bake Off special. I'll be honest with you, I said at the start, but it did take me a while to kind of come around to the idea. But when I started watching it, I couldn't stop watching it, and it was actually really good.
It's one of those things.
It's really bingeable, I have to say.
I remember the first time I watched the Bake Off, I sat down by accident on the sofa, and I just watched the Bake Off, and I couldn't stop watching it after that. What show?
What emotions do you go through watching it?
It's like
hunger mostly for me.
Sometimes I feel like it's not the most manly thing to watch. And sometimes I sort of doubt my own manliness, you know?
Yeah, masculinity.
My masculinity. But
oh my god.
It's worth it.
Look, come here. I'm completely comfortable with my masculinity. Yeah. And I think the Bake Off is a barrel of laughs. It's good crack. And I say this, I watch it with my ma. So we have a great time watching it. And we usually just spend most of the time.
I think that's a must. You have to watch with your ma.
Yeah, like
I watch with Eilish.
It's alright if you watch with your ma.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's a bit come on lads.
Yeah.
But if you watch with your ma,
the football
okay. It's acceptable then, is it?
Before
we say that, now hold on, you can't say that, crap. We don't condone any of that. If you want to watch the Bake Off, watch the fucking Bake Off. It doesn't matter. Like, do what you want to do.
Strictly's good as well to watch with your ma. Big fan.
We're not doing a Strictly special.
No.
Well, I've actually no, I'm not getting into it. No, I'm not getting into it. Anyways,
this is fucking gorgeous, Adzi.
We're still eating the sticky toffee muffins. I like the pun, by the way. Yeah. It's a good pun, isn't it? The little caramel inside. Creamy.
Adzi, thank you for that.
No bother.
What's your favourite segment?
Oh, I like the tension of the what's it, the showstopper,
The showstopper, yeah.
Yeah, I like the tension involved in that.
I'm a big fan of the technical challenge because I feel it's nice to get an unbiased perspective.
True.
Like, they don't see who
made it.
Yeah.
The thing with it is that I find with the technical, and I don't know what you've noticed, and it's probably because I binge watch them all that I noticed this, but they're all quite shit. Like, there's very rarely everyone does good in it. It's always like, so say there's 10 people, like 8 will do bad and then 2 will be alright. So they're kind of like picking the best of the worst, if that makes sense at times. But I understand the concept of an unbiased view is probably the best view. It's like The Voice compared to the X Factor. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, I love the show. I love the show Stealer, Showstopper, whatever it's called. I love the tension of it because people, they be like stressing so much and they're literally baking a cake.
4.5 hours as well, yeah.
Yeah, but like
Jurgen is from Germany, by the way. And I remember the first episode, I think he was making the Black Forest and he says, I am from the Black Forest. He's from the Black Forest and he made a lovely Black Forest gâteau.
Yeah, he put chocolate trees on it.
Yeah.
And he goes, my hands are too hot because the chocolate was melting.
Tell you what he's like, actually. Do you know Uder out of The Simpsons?
Yeah.
He's like, he's a grown-up Uder. I stole that from my dad.
Speaking about Jurgen, in the second episode, they made gingerbread. I think it was for the show stealer. Showstopper. I don't know what it's called. And Jurgen made a windmill. And the idea of it was like a childhood toy.
Yeah.
And Jurgen was like, my family had no money, and I can't say this. I can't.
You go for
He was like, my family had no money, and my grandpapa, used to make us windmills, wooden windmills. So he made a gingerbread windmill, and I think he won Star Baker that week as well.
Wholesome moment of the show.
It was very wholesome,
yeah.
And like we'll talk about it a little later about the Hall of Fame, but we're all about wholesomeness in this show, and like they were making a in the third episode. And well, hold on before we get into it. What do you think about Noel and the bally fella, Matt Lucas? Eggman.
I love their sense of humour. It's very different. It's very witty.
Yeah,
and it's great. It offers a bit of light relief during the show.
I think it's very much like mother comedy. Like my madders be howling. I find it funny. I do find it funny, but my madders be like hysterical laughing.
Just stupid jokes,
like in the one I'm going to talk about, they were talking about bread, and they said Lord of the Loaf, and like they sang, the song to like from Michael Flatley. It's like, but it was like Lord of the Dance. They just put like loaf of bread and stuff into it. It was just really funny, like terms for making bread and all. It was actually hilarious. And I was looking at my bat, and she was like in knots. She was curled over laughing. I was like, "Will you relax? It's not that funny," but like it actually is that funny. To be fair, it's definitely a market. There's definitely they have a market, and they like just go for it.
Yeah,
and they absolutely smash out of the park.
I love it.
They made a milk bread.
Oh, is that the one? I know we're talking about Jurgen a lot, but there's a lot of other good bakers on it.
Yeah, Giuseppe is one.
Giuseppe is Italian.
Yeah.
Funny how they're all, they're not actually from Britain.
I think it's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I think it's so ironic that they got mad about Brexit and the two best bakers in it are foreign. One's German, one's Italian. Yeah. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, go on, Giuseppe.
Giuseppe, yeah. He's like...
He made focaccia.
I am going to make my Italian bread that I make with my own hands.
He got Star Baker that week.
His dad was a professional baker.
Yeah. So when he made the focaccia, I think that's how you pronounce it,
yeah.
Paul shook his hand and he was like, I want your recipe for that. And Giuseppe was like in tears. It was actually quite heartwarming. I was like, Jesus, Paul, you're breaking me heart here. But there was a part of it, Noel asks Giuseppe, he goes, is your mother a good chef? And he goes, no, my mama is an amazing eater. You cheek him. You know what it is? Episode 4, they actually made sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah.
And I actually, I actually got this for a reason, because I actually do enjoy sticky toffee pudding. I love it.
I love it now after eating that.
Have you ever had it?
I have had it before. I don't actually I'm not a big fan of the dessert itself.
Okay.
It needs to be very good to impress me. But
it's nice when it's like fucking roasting with ice cream. It's delicious.
Oh yeah. Shout
out to the people from the Gael Talk listening, because the last time I was there in Carrow, we had sticky toffee pudding. Yeah, so in episode 4 they actually made it, and Jurgen said he was afraid of the technical because that was the sticky toffee pudding. Yeah. And he actually won it. He won the technical that week. And I don't know whether you remember this, but you remember the elderly woman? Her name was Maggie.
Maggie, yeah, she was terrible.
She was she was awful from the first episode.
She got by with the stereotype that she was a grandmother, and the old stereotype is, grandmothers are great at baking, but she wasn't.
I don't want to be bad to her, but she was actually awful, like she was awful from the first week. And I was saying to my mom watching, I was like, how is she here?
Yeah,
like she can't bake, And then she was whipping out the tears and all. Then every other time I was like, come here, you. Don't be pulling the wool over my eyes, We move on to episode 5. We move on.
So cold. That segment.
We move on to episode 5, and it was actually German week. The pressure was on Jürgen. I think the problem with Jürgen in general is they hold him up to such a high standard.
Yeah.
And they've said this as well. So if he does one thing bad and it's still better than everyone else, it's awful for him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he has very little margin for error.
He's very precise in everything he does.
But that's what Germans are like.
Yeah.
In general.
I will stick bread in oven for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to be when you're baking, Cran.
Why do I sound like Borat now?
It's getting worse. And then Paul dropped... I want to get your opinion on this. Paul dropped Giuseppe's cake at one stage, and I think Matt Lucas caught it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have been fuming, man. Like, I'd have been so angry, and he just like, Giuseppe's like, grazie, and he just took the cake. He's like, Giuseppe, come on, man. You don't have to dropping your cake, like.
Yeah, I
didn't really say anything.
Paul Hollywood. What's your opinion on Paul Hollywood in general?
I actually don't mind him.
Yeah.
I think he has a bit of a bad name, bad rep. I don't know.
I think adds a bit of spice to the show.
Yeah, do you know what he reminds me of? Do you remember in MasterChef there was a fella called Greg Wallace? No. Did you ever hear Greg Wallace? You bald fella, wore glasses. He's on MasterChef. He was a greengrocer. That's how he got on. Like, that's his connection to food.
Wow.
There was a meme going around, a popular meme, probably showing my age here, and I'm not even that old. But it was like butter and biscuit base, and it was just that into a like techno song.
Yeah. And
it was actually sensational, to be fair. But anyways, Paul Hollywood is better than Greg Wallace. I'll move on to episode 6, right? And I know your ma will listen to this because it's Bake Off, so sorry, Ailish. But episode 6, I'm going to rename it to episode 6 because it was all full of innuendo. It was literally just innuendo. But there was this part, so Giuseppe was making the pastry, and Noel goes to Giuseppe, Noel goes, great finger action you have there. And Giuseppe looked at him, winked, and went, I know. The door to him, the cheek of like.
I also feel like the editor just had a field day with this.
Oh yeah, I say it was an easy edit.
Yeah.
Because people, like, I was howling at it, to be fair. My ma was the same. But then at the end they had to make a pie, so meat based. And Paul talking about Giuseppe's pie, I'm not messing. This is literally what Paul said. He said Giuseppe's meat is amazing. Fully like, and then the two lads, Noel and what's your man, the bald fella, Noel and Matt Lucas, yeah. They just looked at him like, what the fuck are you saying that for? Like, you know what I mean? So we're gonna leave episode 6 on the back burner because it was great. It was a good episode, to be fair. Episode 6, sorry. Move on to episode 7, which was Caramel Week. Cran, thoughts on caramel?
It's lovely.
You're just literally just laughing there. These notes are great because you're just sitting there laughing.
It's all coming back to me now.
So they made Twixes, and anyways, for the technical, they made two, and they actually looked sensational.
Oh yeah,
they looked lovely. And the question I have for you, and Paul Hollywood said it: dipping Twixes into tea.
No,
thoughts?
No, definitely not.
Cran,
I don't dip. Hold on.
Go on.
Before you go on, I don't dip any biscuit in tea.
Huh?
I used to.
Oh, what?
But not as much as I used to. You know that. Yeah.
You should have said that while I was drinking a drink of water.
But no, like, I used to do it when I was a childer. And the thing that puffed me off it a lot is the little bits at the end of the tea.
Yeah.
That you sort of gulp.
But you have to dunk it better then.
That's wrong.
You're dunking it wrong, man.
No.
You're Lewis dunking it wrong, just to bring it back to football.
And then my tea tastes like biscuit, you know. It's
oh,
like
man,
Alan Partridge. My tea tastes like chicken. And then he goes, that's because you ate chicken for lunch, Alan. You know that scene, Alan Partridge?
I mean, to me it sounds like you're dunking your biscuits wrong. That's what I don't want to be rude or anything, but it sounds like
you're breaking my heart with these comments.
You have to get it dunk. You have to dunk it properly. That's why what I would say to you is, right, and Ian Fallon, I know he'll agree with me when I say this. When you go home tonight, or when you go shopping next, or if you might have them in the house, I don't know. Caramel digestives, caramel chocolate digestives, right? Throw them in the freezer. Controversial, I know. In the freezer. Get yourself a piping hot cup of Rosie Lee. Get your frozen biscuit, dip it in, and watch the magic happen in your mouth.
No.
Oh yeah. you won't get any biscuit bits in your tea then.
Wow.
It's sensational. Oh, I swear to God,
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, and I want to hear. Ian will want to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah. So
or is that could be episode 8.
No, this was the quarter-final week.
Yeah, last week. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. It was
What do you
great. I thought that Lizzie was very hard done by. You know, I loved her story about her having ADHD.
Actually, should we talk briefly about the people who made the quarterfinal? So we have Chigs.
Fucking Chigs, mate.
Chigs, who wears Jordans. Like, I know you probably wouldn't be looking at his runners.
He's very dapper.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I think, little prediction, I think he might be in with a chance of winning it.
He should win it, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really.
And he's the only Brit left in it as well.
It's very interesting though. I think Giuseppe and Jurgen are favourites, but Chigs is an underdog.
But Giuseppe's much better. And the Brits love an underdog story. And Chigs, along with Christelle, are the only English left in it. But yeah, talk about Lizzie real quick.
Yeah, Lizzie, you know, I think she was one of the best personalities on it, believe it or not. I loved some of the jokes.
Scouser.
Proper jokes out of her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did you hear the one about the Titanic? My tart will go on.
But she was a good personality. I think the show will miss her, definitely. Yeah, semi-final is on tonight, right now.
It's on right now, so anyone listening, we're not watching it because we have the Divock Origi match on. Or sorry, the Belgium and Wales match on. The final will be known by the time this is out, so will we just pretend like we know who's in the final?
Yeah, I'm going to say Jurgen, Giuseppe and Cheeks.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Christelle, Giuseppe and Cheeks. Yeah, I think they're going to turf Jurgen out.
No!
Yeah, I think they will.
He's my favourite, man.
I know, I love Jurgen as well. I've grown
very accustomed to Jurgen on the show.
And he's hilarious as well. So it would be disappointing, but yeah, I think it'd be Giuseppe, Chigs and Christelle going through to the final.
I will stick bread in the oven for 2 hours. That is the bread setting.
It will be what it will be.
We move on to the Ultimate Champions League XI now.
The Ultimate Champions League 11.
Now, I was doing it on the bus and I was very, very intrigued by it, you know, to see who you would pick. And we haven't told each other each of our 11. So
just real quick, it's one player from one team.
One player from one team.
Just to make it, because last time
I got roasted last time. Loads of people on Instagram.
It actually was a good few people as well.
Why is Ronaldo and Sean the same?
Two United players in that. Obviously, Anthony Wins was like, lads, relax. We didn't notice that.
Leave me
It tells you how
alone.
much we pay attention to it. That we would have listened to it multiple times and not noticed.
Yeah, I literally edited the thing. I would have listened to it 6 or 7 times. I didn't notice.
Oh god. So do you want to kick us off, Cran?
Yeah, will we go...
What formation are you going with?
Which way are we doing it again?
We go goalkeeper. We both said goalkeeper.
And the back four and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
on. Right. So, I've gone for a cheeky 4-3-3. So I've gone for Donnarumma in goal. And we'll name the back four just goalkeeper.
PSG.
I've gone for Donnarumma for PSG.
Go on, keep
I
going.
don't think Messi's had the best start to the season. That's why I've left him out of the
Well, he
team.
got a great goal against City.
He did, but I'm
I'm saying that because I've Messi more.
Yeah.
Go on, continue.
But I prefer to have Donnarumma. I just think over the course of things, you know, you would have Mendy, Alice and the rest of them. But I think Donnarumma had a terrific Euros and he's a very good keeper. And I could only pick one player from each team. I would have the rest of them in, but I do like Donnarumma.
Go on, hit me with the back four as well.
Back four as well. So I've gone for RJ right back. I've gone for Reece James right back. He's had a terrific start to the season. And England's best right back. And yeah, I just think he's most deserving of the place.
No comment.
And then left back, I've gone for Cancelo. I've thrown him in because he can play left back and right back, obviously, but I think he's been absolutely terrific again. I think he has 6 or 7 assists in the Premier League and probably one of City's best players at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say I have him in mind as well, but
yeah. I've gone for Pepe and Albiol as two centre backs.
Wow.
A combined 74 years old.
Oh my god.
So imagine
Jesus wept, man.
Imagine a 74-year-old on the pitch. That's Pepe and Albiol.
To be fair, Albiol done a job against Man United that time they lost to Villarreal in the final of the Europa League.
Really?
I have to say that every time it comes up.
They're also having a great group stage of Champions League as well.
Yeah, they haven't bad. Albiol's not a bad player, to be fair. I think he has a World Cup. I think he got the World Cup of Spain.
Your goalkeeper in back four.
So my goalkeeper in back four, I'm playing 4-3-3 as well. My goalkeeper is Manuel Neuer. Like, there's no talk on into this really, other than players I like.
Yeah.
And I just mashed them in. So, and Donnarumma, I don't particularly like Donnarumma, but he's a good goalkeeper. And do you know what actually about Donnarumma? He's such a unit.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a fridge with 2 legs. I'm being serious. He's huge. And he's just an imposing figure. And he wouldn't be at Bayern for as long as he has. And wouldn't have won the things he's won. Even the World Cup of Germany if he wasn't.
And do you think Neuer is as good as he was?
I don't know. No, it's a bit of a tough one because he came onto the scene early.
Yeah.
I think he was like 19 when he started the World Cup for Germany against England in 2010. So, like, to have that amount of longevity in your career is tough. But look at the things he's won. Yeah, I think he's a great player. He's probably not as good anymore, but
yeah.
I'll go with 2 centre halves first. So I'm going for a Chelsea centre half. Oh, Thiago Silva. I put Thiago Silva in again purely because like he has that longevity with PSG. He was captain for a long time. I do think I don't think he's been great with Chelsea, but again, this is a team being pieced together like a jigsaw.
I disagree with that. I think he has been great.
And
if he hasn't been great, he's been consistent at least.
The only thing I'll say is sending off against West Brom, but I'll leave it at that.
Oh, give over! That was about 2 years ago in the most irrelevant game I've ever seen. But I have to say, I love Thiago Silva. He's a bit of a role model as well. I actually do like Thiago Silva as well. As a person, I look up to him a lot because he has good principles. Like I even remember my dad always brings it up, but I think Celtic were playing PSG that time.
Yeah.
And Neymar wouldn't shake the young fella's hand who was playing for Celtic.
I remember.
Thiago Silva put the arm around the young fella who was playing for Celtic, and he was like, "Don't mind that fucking Egypt sort of thing," you know.
Yeah, he's a professional. You know what I mean?
He's a good lad.
And remember, he got injured for Brazil in the World Cup, and jeez, they got bleeding spanked by Germany then. But yeah, Thiago Silva, Chelsea. I do rate him, to be fair. I'm only one you up. As his partner for this is Merih Demiral of Atalanta.
Oh, he's the Turk.
Yeah. And I purely put him in because the game I watched against United in Old Trafford was a 3-2. They were 2-0 up, and when he went off, they went to shit and they lost the game. But there was a challenge he made in the first half, and he was like carrying a knock like when he made it, and it was like the best. I'll probably put it in the post on Instagram. But like the best last minute tackle I've seen all season. That's how good it was. And I think it was on Ronaldo as well. So my left back, I've gone with João Cancelo as well. And for your reason about the assist in the Premier League, whatever, he has 2 goals and 3 assists for Man City in Champions League this season, which I think for a left back is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so that's why I've gone with him as my left back. So, I didn't say my right back. My right back is a bit of a cheat code, Quan, I'll be honest with you.
It is cheeky. I'm looking at it right here.
The right back I've chose is Dani Alves of Barcelona now.
Here, leave it out.
Tell me that's not a good choice though. That's a good show.
It doesn't count though, does
it? He
hasn't played a game.
He's gonna play in Champions League though. He will soon. He's the best right back to ever play the game probably.
Yeah.
And I think it's cheeky and it's bending the rules. But I needed a player from Barcelona. Your midfield, Quan.
My midfield, ladsy. So it was a tough one, but I've gone for Hey Jude. I've put Jude Bellingham in. I really rate Jude Bellingham, and I know there's all this noise about Declan Rice, and Rory goes on about him as if he's God's gift, but I would take Jude Bellingham over Declan Rice. I really rate him as a player, and there's not a lot of noise about him because he's in Bundesliga.
He's gonna look great in Liverpool's red next season.
Modric, I've gone with.
Good show.
As my second midfielder. A bit of a blast from the past here, but he got through to the World Cup in Qatar with Croatia, and he captained that team to get through. And I just think he's a class act. What a player!
Absolutely.
Great vision, and just all around great midfielder. And then I've gone for Sergio Biscuits, central defensive midfielder.
Very nice.
Couldn't get the ball off him in the telephone box. That's the type fella he is. I think I've watched a video of him.
I don't think you've used that analogy right, I'll be honest with you.
I don't know. A volleyball.
Keep going.
But yeah, I watched a video of him once. It was like 12 minutes long, and it's clips of Busquets just literally like violating people trying to get the ball.
He's unbelievable, man.
He's really good.
He's probably the best player ever in his position, in his particular role.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone better.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I love him as well now.
Your midfield, ladsy.
My midfield 3. Starting off, I'm going with Rodrigo de Paul of Atletico del Madrid. He's a cracking player. He's a saucy footballer. He's a sauce baller. He was it Udinese he was with last season, I think? One of those irrelevant Italian teams. And he was very good. He was in team season last season. I just think he's a great footballer. He's very easy on the eye. Like, he actually controls the game. He has a bit of bite about him, a bit of bark. He can spot a pass. He can score a goal. He's a bit of everything, like, you know what I mean? And I just think, in general, he's a very good player. I've also gone with Jude Bellingham. So there's not much we can say other than you know, he's a great player, man. He's a very good player, and he's a player that Liverpool are linked with as well. there's all this innuendo on Twitter of, oh, he likes Liverpool, Gerrard's his favourite player, all this shy. But I would love him at the club, and if there was a player I'd break the bank on at the minute, it would be Jude. And another thing he done last night, there was a child at the England game with a sign, and I fucking hate this. Sorry for cursing, I hate this trend of people bringing signs to football. Yeah. It's like, can I have your jersey? I'm like, no. And anyways, there was this young fella, and I'll put this in the post as well. There was this young fella with a sign like, Jude, can I have your jersey? And he just gave it to some woman, and it was like, he was right beside him. And he came on Twitter, was like, oh, I didn't see him, man. He definitely did see him. He's like, I'm not giving it to you. But he's going to give him his Dortmund jersey this week. And anyways, the last midfielder I have for this team is Nkunku of Leipzig.
Great player.
And he's had an unreal campaign for Leipzig so far. In the league and in the Champions League. He has 5 goals in the UCL. Very, very impressive. So, yeah.
It's funny about Leipzig, actually, because I believe in the group with City and PSG, they have 1 point and they're bottom. And then they just have 7 or 8 goals. But usually that would win you at least one game.
True. They score goals, but they couldn't hold their piss. They can't defend. Yeah, move on to your forward line there, Cran.
My forward line. So I've gone for
3 up front.
A 3 up front, yeah. Okay, I've gone for Federico Chiesa on the left wing. I think
contemplated that myself.
One of my favourite players, and even though he scored against us, I'm not mad. It was a beautiful goal, by the way, a beautiful left foot finish through the legs of the keeper against Chelsea, and I wasn't even angry at it because he is that good. He can shift it very quickly onto his left, and I think he's one of my favourite players in Europe at the moment. And I've gone for, in the right wing, I've gone for Mo Salah.
That's a song I've never heard now, I'll be honest with you.
Sorry. I was actually a stutter. It wasn't a song. It was genuinely my speech impediment. How dare you slag me?
God.
But yeah, Mo Salah.
Running down the way.
I think the argument for him being the best player in the world at the moment is a valid one, unfortunately. He's very good. Very good.
I was going to... Again, another player I was going to pick, but I didn't because I've eulogised over him plenty of times on the podcast, and I'd imagine
gotten old.
I'd imagine the people that listen regularly are like, "Will you ever shut up?" So that's why I haven't gone on. That's why I haven't.
And then striker, as you predicted, I've gone Lewandowski.
Oh, you left him out.
No, I've gone with him.
You left out Haller.
I left him out, yeah, because I knew you'd put him in.
Shocking.
I wanted a bit of variation.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Robert. He's a shout for the Ballon d'Or this season, and I know Rory's going to lose a lot of money if he wins it. So I'm gone for Robert Lewandowski here.
My front three, Cran, and by the way, good front three, is on the right wing, is the best player to ever kick a ball in association football, is Lionel Messi of PSG. Cracking goal against Man City. The Champions League pedigree he has in general. How many has he won? I feel like he's won 3.
3, yeah.
3 with Barcelona, and I still think PSG, I predicted at the start of the season that I thought they'd win it. I still think that could happen.
There is a chance, yeah.
Up front, I've gone with Sebastian Haller. I've gone Sebastian Haller. He's top scorer in Champions League, I'm pretty sure. And he's another player I'd love to see in Liverpool red, but probably won't. But yeah, he's had a cracking season. He's been very good. And I think Ajax will go very far. I think I put money on Ajax to win it. And I remember we said it and we both laughed. It's like, well, that's a 5 gone. I wouldn't be surprised. Ten Hag's a cracking manager.
I put money on them as well recently.
Yeah, they've been that good. So, yeah, I think they can go far. And on the left wing, I have Divock Origi of Liverpool.
Surprise.
Is
there anything?
I haven't actually eulogised over him that much on the podcast, funnily enough. Genuine affection for him. Even in Champions League this season, before against Milan, he played and he was very good. And he impressed against West Ham. And I think he has a goal or assist this season every 50 minutes or some stat like that. So that's quite impressive. So you can't knock the man for that. Champions League was the 18-19 campaign. Barcelona, Spurs in the final. I'll be deadly serious. Some of the best moments of my life watching those games. And I've all the affection in the world for Divock Origi.
Will we go through our starting 11s very quickly and we'll name the bench?
Yeah, cool, yeah.
So my starting 11 is Donnarumma in goal, Reece James right back, Pepe and Albiol in the centre back positions, Cancelo left back, Modric, Busquets and Bellingham in the midfield, and Chiesa, Salah and Lewandowski in the front three.
My starting 11 is Manuel Neuer in nets, Dani Alves right back, Thiago Silva and Merih Demiral in centre half, left back João Cancelo. Midfield I have the young trio. They're quite young actually, I must have to realise that now. Of Rodrigo de Paul, Nkunku of Leipzig and Jude Bellingham of Dortmund. And up front I have the GOAT Lionel Messi, Sebastian Haller and Divock Origi. Your bench, Cran.
Wowza.
It's good. Both good teams.
So I think we'll just skim through the bench really quickly.
Go for
A
it.
few meme players in here. I've gone for Joachim Mele of Atlanta
Good
on
show.
the bench. I've gone for Adama Traore.
Oh,
Not the real one.
Hey, I get it.
Not the real Slim Shady. The one who plays for Sheriff.
Cool.
He actually has had a good campaign.
He's not so Slim Shady. Little in joke there.
and he can score a goal, unlike the other one. I've gone for Fred of Man United because he gets in the team for Brazil over Fabinho. That was just a little dig at you. I've gone for Nkunku, who you've used in your starting 11.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone for Suarez of Atletico.
Good show.
I've gone for Concalves of Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I have him as well.
And I've gone for Skriniar of Inter.
Ooh, good show. So you didn't pick goalie, did you? And your manager?
Actually, instead of Skriniar, just throw in Handanovic because he is going to be sub goalie in 2 years because he's old. And then my manager, I've gone for Wagner of Young Boys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
David Wagner, good manager.
Is he with Young Boys?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He is, yeah.
I'm going to have to fact check that, man. I thought he was in the MLS. I'll get onto my bench anyways. So the goal.
Starstruck.
Yeah, I did not know that. The goalkeeper on my bench is Sevilla's goalkeeper, Bono.
Oh, Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Not the real Bono now. The fake Bono.
I'm disappointed.
It's Bono of Sevilla. It's not the real Bono. Imagine like people listen to this going, why has he got Bono? You know what I mean? Bono of Sevilla is on my bench. The fullback I have on the bench is Valentin Rosier of Biscuits. And the reason why I have him on it is he just has loads of drip. Like I follow him on Instagram and he's like the most fashionable footballer I've ever seen. Fikayo Tomori of AC Milan, because I actually think he's improved since he got to Milan. I think he's after improving a lot since he got to Milan. On the midfielders I have on the bench is Sebastian Till of Sheriff. Moldova got spanked by Ireland for Luxembourg last night.
Oh God!
And he got the winner against Real Madrid. Sebastian Till. So I've gone for him. I've gone for Jesse Lingard of Man United for his game-winning assist against Young Boys. Oh God! I've gone for Pedro, your friend Pedro Goncalves, of Sporting Lisbon, 2 goals I think the last game he played, and I've gone for Karim Benzema, who has 4 goals and 1 assist this season in Champions League. My manager as well is Massimiliano Allegri of Juventus. Good teams. Hall of Fame, bit of a change up this week, and your Hall of Fame this week, Cran.
So, because of his, I suppose, his uncharacteristic performances of the last 2 games, Jeffrick has slowly evolved into what is Jeffy Esta. So it's what it is Azzy. I'm just going to explain it to you. It's Iniesta morphed with Jeff Hendrick. And so I'm nominating Jeffy Esta.
My nomination this week for the Hall of is Francis Bourgeois. Is that how you pronounce it? Bourgeois. Francis Bourgeois. He's a TikTok train enthusiast. And we talked about being...
trains.
Yeah, literally. We talked about being wholesome earlier. This fella is potentially the most wholesome person I've ever seen in my life. He's so wholesome. He done a video with Thierry Henry the other week, and it was actually really, really nice. Like, it was kind of heartwarming. And he like gave Thierry a whistle, and Henry was like, "I will blow it now," and then he just blew it, and they just started pissing themselves laughing. It's good crack. And he was also at the Warehouse Project in Manchester because it's underneath an old train station. And he just literally just loves trains. It's quite wholesome.
Wholesome TikTok again.
It is very wholesome.
Yeah, I rate that.
And yeah, so I'm going with Francis Bourgeois. What did we say?
Bourgeois.
Francis Bourgeois of TikTok train fame.
So that is our Hall of Fame nominations. Cast your votes. Francis Bourgeois versus Jeff Fiesta.
Jeff Fiesta. And that's the podcast this week, folks.
Follow the Instagram, the socials, the new TikTok as well. Follow that. Onlyfanz Football Podcast on TikTok. And give this a download. All that jazz. Adzi, anything left to say?
No, not really. Just be safe, be well. Looks like times could be a bit tough again now soon. So look after yourselves, look after the people around you. And if this puts a smile on someone's face, that puts a smile on our face. So just enjoy the show, take it easy, look after yourself, and we'll see you next week. And we'll leave it there, so.
We'll leave it there, so.